So a little bit about Congo. There it is right there. And it's kind of like that old Life of Brian joke. Are you the Judean People's Front? No, we're the People's Front of Judea. I'll miss that one line. But there are two Congos. There's the Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Not to be confused, or as they call it, Congo-Brazzaville, and DRC, what you might recall as the old Zaire from back in the day. That's where they are from. And there's Goma right there on the border with Rwanda, Kinshasa, where they spent the last 7 years. Jules is originally from this area. And at age 5, Jules' mom dies. And his father remarries, and bluntly he tells me the new wife was not very kind to him, and so he goes to live with his older sister, which is Felicité's mom, and who is now, Jules views his older sister, Felicité's mom, as his mom. And so when his sister and brother-in-law completed their education in 1993 and moved to Goma, he followed them in 1994, beginning his own career path. And then you know that he meets Odette, and Béni, which means blessing in French, was their first arrival in 1998. It was in honor of his mom, he said, and in honor of his older sister, and knowing what it was like to lose a parent, that Jules and Odette decided to help local widows. In all, they supported, like I said, 48 widows and their families with food and clothing. And so there's some pictures of them from back in those days. And there's actually images of Jules handing out food to the widows that they benefited from. In fact, to tell you how that volunteering heart inspired the whole family, they continue to do hours and hours of volunteering. As you know, to graduate high school here in Ontario, you have to get 40 volunteer hours. So Béni, who was lining up to graduate in June, she got all those hours in, and Magali and Naomi and Rochelle and Didine are constantly staying after school doing volunteer hours. In fact, Didine, one of the most amazing stories she told me was just 2 weeks before coming to Canada, she ran a business, an entreprise, as they would say, where she encouraged people to come to a bar to watch a huge soccer game, DRC versus Republic of Congo. And she had an arrangement with the bar, and a cut of the proceeds by getting all those people there, Didine gave to an orphanage. And she had just done that prior. So here's a family that on average ate once a day, sometime between 6 at night and 1 in the morning, and Didine's commitment was to raise funds for orphans. Just an example that's set by their own family growing up there in Goma. And this is an amazing picture that the ladies had created, comparing what they looked like just before they left Kinshasa and their first day. A little bit more clothing there. You gotta understand that they all had done up their hair just prior to coming, right? I mean, that's a big deal. You know, for any woman, hair is a big part of it. But then all of a sudden they have to put that hair under a hat. And finding a hat big enough was a constant challenge. There's nothing more interesting to going to that. I went to some sections of Walmart, shall we say, that I'd never been to before, as we search for products for beautiful African skin and gorgeous African hair.